Hello and welcome to Drawing Shapes with Lines. By the end of this video, you should be able to draw shapes with lines. And for this, you'll need paper of some sort. I recommend index cards. You'll need pencil and a marker or pen. And you'll need a ruler of some sort, or straight edge. And something to color with. I'm using markers for this. So go ahead and pause, collect your materials, and then meet me back here when you're ready. Did you get all your stuff? I hope so. Today we're going to be using lines to make shapes. So first let's talk about lines. We have the stairs line that uses vertical and horizontal lines to make the stairs. Remember, vertical goes up and down, horizontal goes side to side. And we'll be using diagonal lines and zigzag lines. And as you may recall, you can use diagonal lines to make a zigzag shape, like a W or an M, or even the letter V. And if it's upside down, that's a chevron. Next, we'll be using curved lines. Curvy lines can look like a letter C or maybe a letter U. They can be wide, they can be tall. All right, and then shapes. Let's start with rectangles. Rectangles have 4 sides. They can be vertical or horizontal, or they can even be squares. That's right, squares are a type of rectangle. Next, we have triangles. Triangles can also be vertical or horizontal. They can be skinny, they can be wide. You can even put them together to make a square. Rhombus. Rhombus is like a diamond shape, and that is made from 2 chevrons or letter V's. And then we have the leaf shape, which is made from those curvy lines when we put them together. And they can be horizontal, vertical, or even diagonal. So let's start with an index card. Now you can do this with large paper, but it will take much longer. So I recommend, if you have large paper, cut it in half. First we're going to write our name on the back, and then we're going to get our ruler. And part of the point of this project is to practice using the ruler to make some straight lines, to make shapes. So first we're going to make some rectangles on the left side and the right side of our paper. So practice holding it down and tracing the edge with your pencil. Next, I'm going to divide my middle part into 4 rectangles. I'm going to draw a line down the middle that way, and a line through the middle horizontally. So I'm going to have 4 kind of squarish looking rectangles. If yours doesn't look exactly like mine, that is okay. Just try to practice making some rectangles first. So I'm going to go into this rectangle. I'm going to make some more vertical rectangles there. And then the middle one, I'm going to turn that into some horizontal rectangles. So let me get my ruler ready. And I just trace. Again, yours does not have to look exactly like mine. I just want you to have fun practicing drawing rectangles right now. Just practice those rectangles. All right, inside my other rectangles, I'm going to move on to triangles. I'm going to try to draw a line that goes from corner to corner like that. Make sure you have your ruler lined up on the corners before you trace your line. There we go. If you mess up, that's okay. Just erase it and try again. Or you could even start over if your drawing gets too crazy. That's okay. We like making mistakes. It means we're learning. So now I've just divided my triangles again with a horizontal and vertical line. For my next one, I'm just going to make 2 triangles by cutting my square in half with a diagonal line. I'm going to do it again. So now I have 4 triangles there. And in this rectangle squarish shape, I'm going to make my vertical line and horizontal line again, kind of like before, and make 4 little squarish rectangle shapes there. Okay, so I've got a lot of squares and rectangles and triangles. Now I'm going to try a zigzag line inside one of my vertical rectangles here. So I'm going to mark across from those lines. You can skip this part if you want to, but I'm doing it to help me figure out where I want my zigzag to go. So I use diagonal lines. I zig and I zag like that until I go all the way down that vertical rectangle. There I go, I've got a zigzag there. And I'm going to try it again on the other side. This time, I think I'm going to use my lines to make rhombuses, or diamond shapes. So I'm going to make a zigzag starting from the top. I go to this dot, and then I zag the other way. Zig with a diagonal line, and zag with the other diagonal line. There we go. Alright, now here comes the tough part. I'm going to try to turn these into rhombuses. So I'm going to make diagonal lines that go the opposite way. Alright, so that line goes that way. I'm going to do one that goes the opposite way. There we go. Diagonal going the opposite way. There we go. And I'm starting to make those rhombuses. This could be challenging, but give it your best shot. If you mess up, it's okay. You can always color over it later. Make it a different shape. That's fine. So next I want to move on to this section. I'm going to use that stairs shape. So I'm going to start in the middle here. I'm going to make my stairs that come right there. Start in the middle of this line and make some stairs. There we go. Wow, alright. That turned out interesting. Now I'm going to use my curvy line to make that leaf shape. Curvy line here, and curvy line here. Boom. There we go. I'm going to make them on each of these diagonal lines. So curvy line and curvy line. There we go. So I think that's enough lines and shapes for now. So now I'm going to get out my black marker or pen. I'm going to trace over my lines very carefully. I sped this up just so that you don't have to watch me doing it all day long. But take your time with this part. And if you get some ideas while you're doing this part, maybe you can add something, right? It's up to you if you feel secure about it. And when you're done, you can erase your pencil lines with your eraser. I added a couple triangles. I just felt like I needed some more. And then when you're done, no matter what size paper you have, if you had a small paper or a full-size paper or even a half-size paper, we're going to color next. So get ready to color. Get out your colors. And you might want to keep it simple, so you can use as many colors as you want. In this example, I just use black and red and yellow, and I leave some of the spaces white. So it's kind of like 4 colors if you want to think about black and white as colors. But it's still pretty simple. I was pretty happy with what I ended up with. Here it is. And here's a couple other examples. So I hope you have fun with this and you end up with something that you're proud of, and that by the end you can say, I can make shapes from lines. Well, good luck and enjoy. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.